Never caught in the moment, on my toes for the right now. My nigga, I'm focused, never follow the crowd. Let me throw on my crown. And motherfucker, you address me as such, cause I'm king. And put respect on my name like Brian Williams, And if you lucky, might have mercy, just might keep your neck. Cause heads roll for less. If playing me is your goal, I'm Shaquille at the net. Niggas know I'm a problem, tatted hope on my chest, yeah. Look, I was tired of playing Clark Kent, hiding my potential, knowing that I was God sent, knew that I was different when nobody saw my vision, put that work in myself and then ran ahead of the competition.
What up, baby? You already know who it is. It's the one and only Mr. Vega, the Messiah, holding it down for honest assholes. Yes, indeedy, baby. Going on 5 years strong. Still going, still trucking. You already know what it is. I'm going to keep it going because that's what we do. I want to give a special shout out to Big Mike, D-Nut, Eugene O'Neill, Juice, Wit, everybody that's the last of the Mohicans for the motherfucking tribe because, you know, we had a lot of people to come and go. But I'm glad all those people I just shout out, I gave them a shout out. So again, thank you for rocking with us. You already know what it is. Man, it's been a lot of segments going on, like a whole lot of segments that I've been doing. I got a wrestling segment, got a 90s segment that I'm coming up on. I got a comic book segment coming. It's all about expanding in 2026. And the Messiah is all about expanding, you know. This is my baby. This is my dream. I love doing this shit, man. This is what I'm meant to do, and I'm going to continue to rock it. You already know. You know what I'm saying? So, again, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with us because we've been going hard. Now, tonight's episode, I'm going to step out my box a little bit. You know, because I don't really talk about current events or what's going on as far as in the hip-hop world because all the other platforms, they beat me to the punch. They all do that shit, you know. And the thing is with me, you know, I got to let everybody know that I like to do things differently. I don't like to talk about what everybody else talks about. I don't like to talk about what the media is talking about. But I got to address some shit, you know what I'm saying, especially what's going on in this world as far as in the hip-hop world. So, about to get up in this thing. So, tonight's episode, does rap beef still move the culture? You heard what I said? Does it? Now, the reason why I decided to speak on something like this, because for the past 2 years, you know, rap beef has been the number one talked about thing, especially with that whole shit with Kendrick and Drake, which I did not give a fuck about. You know, that shit was just dead and gone to me. And then when Kendrick came out with Not Like Us, it was a rap. He won. You know, but that was just a beef that it didn't excite me. It just didn't excite me at all. Now, y'all gotta understand something about me, the Messiah. You know, I came from an era of hip hop, you know, Ice Cube versus NWA, DJ Quik versus MC Eiht, Death Row, or Dr. Dre and Snoop versus Eazy-E, you know, even all the way to the Tupac and Biggie, you know what I'm saying? Even a little further, I mean, a little more than that, you know, Nas, Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel, and Jadakiss, which was possibly one of my favorite hip-hop beefs of all time, because you got two of my favorite rappers, street rappers, that really went at it on some, like, man, that Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss beef, bro, you just had to be there. You had to be there. That shit right there changed the motherfucking culture. Because at the time, you know, you had Jadakiss, who was riding with Rough Riders, Beanie Sigel and Rockefeller, two of the hottest motherfucking labels at the time, especially in the East Coast. So it was just one of those beats that really could have went further, because you got two street dudes really going at it on some competitive shit. And in that same year, it was the Nas and Jay-Z beef. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and then the whole 50 and Ja, which was more entertaining than anything. Because at the time, you know, I wasn't really the biggest Ja Rule fan, and 50 had just hit the scene. You know, and that Get Rich or Die Trying album was dope. But 50 was never my go-to guy as far as like lyricists and rappers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, New York had so much more hitters that I was fucking with, so I wasn't really, you know, on 50's coattail like the rest of the world. Even though he changed the game with that Get Rich or Die Trying, but nevertheless, man, you know, I come from a different era of rap beef. You know, even after that, the whole Game in 50, which was funny as shit, and a lot of people don't want to admit that shit, but Game won that fucking beef. I don't care. After that beef, G Unit was never the fucking same as a group, a label. They were never the fucking same. So I can say what y'all want to say about Chuck, man. I know he caps, but that was a beef that he walked away from good, because he still made good music after that beef. He still sold, went 2 platinum albums without Dre and 50, so he walked away with that beef good. And then G Unit as a label and group just really wasn't popping no more after that. 50, of course, but G Unit and as a label, only people that don't want to admit that are G Unit fans. But, you know. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, you know, I came from a long history of rap beef. You know, like rap beef. I was young and I was a fan. You had to be there to witness and watch all that shit. This is before social media. This is before all the trolling. You know, this is when, you know, rappers was really outside doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even further, even in down south, you know, I was there when the whole Ludacris and T.I. beef took off, which Luda won, you know. Even the whole T.I. and Little Flip, which T.I. obviously won. But these is all rap beefs when it actually mattered. You know, you hear what I'm saying? When it actually mattered. You know what I'm saying? But now, because the game is so fucking, the industry is so fucking contaminated with so many fucking whack ass rappers, where rap beef really just don't excite me anymore. Like that whole shit with Kendrick and Drake, I was not excited about that shit. I didn't give a fuck. Because at that time, you know, Drake, Cole, and Kendrick was the top 3, you know, and fuck the big 3 is just me. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick had every right to say that because, you know, Kendrick's been on his shit. Even though I feel like Cole, out of them 3, I feel like J. Cole has the better resume. To me, J. Cole makes better albums than Kendrick and Drake. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion, because I feel like Drake and Kendrick are both a hit and miss when it comes to albums. You know what I'm saying? Hell, to this day, my last favorite, the last Kendrick album that I really fucking loved was Damn. I didn't like Mr. Morales, and GNX was cool, but I just didn't like Kendrick on that Mustard wave. I hate Kendrick Lamar and DJ Mustard I hate it. I feel like Kendrick Lamar is too dope of a lyricist to fuck with Mustard. You know, I feel like Mustard beats are only for like gangbanging rappers or ratchet rappers or people that just want to make ratchet music. You know what I'm saying? Not taking nothing away from of DJ Mustard, but it's just, you know, when it comes to West Coast producers, he's not in my top 5, not even in my top 10. Shout out to Hit Boy. Now, when I think of new wave West Coast producers, Hit Boy is the guy who automatically comes to my head. Not to mention he's from the IE, so he's still out here doing his shit. And he's dropped a whole lot of dope projects. Like, I prefer his beats over DJ Mustard. So that's why I wasn't really a fan of the GNX album like that. I'm sorry. But yeah, that whole rap beef, I didn't give a fuck about it. I didn't talk about it. You know, people know that I used to like the hip hop debate. Here's the thing with me. I don't hip hop debate anymore. I retired. The reason why I don't hip hop debate anymore, because motherfuckers are delusional. I saw that shit with the Kendrick and Drake beef. Like, you were really surprised. Now, I'm not surprised, but you were really shocked at how fucking delusional people are when they're debating. They put feelings over facts and justified opinions. Like, you really saw how West Coast biased people are when it came to that Drake and Kendrick beef, because there was motherfuckers who didn't even like Kendrick's music, but hate Drake so much that they were rooting for Kendrick just because they hate Drake so much. And then any type of West Coast bias person that's just gonna choose the West or Coast over anybody, I can't fucking have a conversation with, because in my eyes, you're not a real person I can debate with because you're biased. I don't like talking or debating with people that are fucking biased. I've been around West Coast biased people my whole fucking life. I was there when the Tupac and Biggie shit popped off. And if you were rocking with Biggie or listening to Biggie's music, all the West Coast people were, oh, you're not from the West Coast. You don't love your coast. Like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, Pac ain't even fully from the fucking West Coast, okay? Yeah, at the time I didn't fucking know it, but it's just like, I was old enough to know that, hey, I like the type of music I like. I don't just limit myself to West Coast music. And those are the type of dudes I don't fucking debate with, because y'all are biased, and if it's not West Coast, you're not gonna you're not gonna listen to it. And that's I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Because as of now, I'm being completely honest with you. West Coast music is fucking trash right now. Because everybody is still on this fucking mustard wave. You got guys like Lefty Gunplay, who was fucking trash, but he won a Grammy. You got Shoreline Mafia, YG still making shitty ratchet music. And I don't like our wave. I don't like the wave of West Coast music right now. And the reason why I wasn't a fan of the GNX album, because Kendrick Lamar, this dude literally went 10 years of his whole career without rapping on a fucking DJ Mustard track. And I loved him for that. Like, seriously, bro was rapping on Pharrell beats, Alchemist beats, you know what I'm saying? Dre beats, just certain producers that I was enjoying him rapping on. Now, when he dropped Not Like Us, I get it. That was one of the smartest moves in hip hop history. You know, you made a diss song and made it into a party track. Smart. One of the smartest fucking moves K-Dot could have done. And to me, when he dropped Not Like Us, that solidified his win. Because not only did I diss you, but I'm dissing you on a party track. So that was a good move. But when the nigga came out with, it's not enough! It's not enough! I was like, oh my gosh, one of his schizophrenic voices, and he's mixing this with a mustard beat. Oh my gosh. Then when it broke down to the mustard, I was like, oh my God. Here we are, another way. Here we're going to keep this DJ Mustard bullshit going, man. Fuck. And the reason why I get so mad, because there's so much talented MCs in the West Coast that's not getting any exposure or not getting any playtime, that's not on that ratchet gangbanging music. Like, seriously, there are some dope ass spitters out here, and they don't get no recognition because they're not jumping on that wave. And that shit is fucking whack as fuck to me. Like, seriously. A lot of these West Coast artists are from my county, the Inland Empire. But because they're not making no muzzin on the beat, they're not getting played. And I'm fucking tired of this shit, because we've been on this ratchet wave going on 15 fucking years now. Like, seriously. That's why I fuck with the Game so tough, bro. Because y'all can say what y'all want to say about Game, but Game is one of the only West Coast artists. First of all, he came in the game at the perfect time. Like, right before that ratchet shit, like, he came in the game when you actually still have to be talented and you actually have to have bars. And when he came in the scene, bro was fucking with the best, pretty much all the producers that the East Coast rappers was fucking with, Game was fucking with. This dude literally done rapped on, besides Dr. Dre, he done rapped on DJ Premier beats, Alchemist beats, High Tech beats, Just Blaze beats, Kanye West beats, motherfucking Tim and Bob, motherfucking Timberland, Scott Storch, and I'm still missing some people. Swiss Beats. Like, this is a West Coast artist that was rapping on all these dope producer beats and making some dope ass fucking records. He opened that door for guys like Nipsey and Kendrick, because for a while, Kendrick, he wasn't on that shit. Kendrick was rapping on Alchemist beat. He still does. Kendrick raps on that hit. He was on that hip hop shit. He sold records for it. He won Grammys for making records like that. So him winning 5 Grammys for a DJ Mustard beat, you know what I'm saying? Well, that was cool, but that was bullshit. Come on, man. Okay? Y'all, this dude won 5 Grammys in one night off of one DJ Mustard track. Okay, cool. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Nipsey, he rapped on a few Mustard tracks, but his own Mustard track, Nipsey Hussle's own Mustard track was not a ratchet song. It's called Where Your Money At. He was spitting jewels, spitting game on that track. You could probably, you can dance to it or whatnot, but you was more nodding your head and listening to Where Your Money At, Where Your Money At. You know what I'm saying? Because he was really spitting some true shit on there, and that's why that's one of my favorite DJ Mustard tracks was Where Your Money At, because Nip took that sound and then spit no ratchet bullshit on there. You know what I'm saying? So, go back to Game, where he's rapped on some Mustard beats, but very few. Very few. He stayed to his roots and stayed rapping on hip-hop beats, bro. Like, and I love that shit. So, the point I'm trying to make is, you know what I'm saying, about rap beef today, that whole Kendrick and Drake shit did not excite me at all. So fast forward to 2026. Curtis motherfucking Jackson. This dude, man, listen, man. This dude, can this dude go any part or time in his whole fucking career when he's not beefing with people? Like, seriously, bro. Let's look back at Curtis Jackson's career. All his highlighted moments of his career was him beefing with people. Like, seriously, Get Rich or Die Trying, that whole fucking album was dedicated to destroying Ja Rule's career. Like, I ask people all the time, would Get Rich or Die Trying still be considered a classic if that album wasn't a direct diss towards Ja Rule and Murder Inc.? Like, think about it. All his noticeable tracks on that album were damn near diss records to fucking Ja Rule. You got Heat, Back Down, Wanksta, and then all the other songs on there where he's taking shots at the dude. So it's like you went, and like I said, Styles P said something in an interview almost 20 years ago when they were beefing with 50. And he said, 50 Cent said he felt that, well, this is Styles what he said. He said that 50 said that he felt like Jada and Joe was taking shots at him when they did New York, New York. And Styles countered and said, dude, you sold 11 million taking shots. So what are we talking about here? That's why part of me agrees with what that DJ said when he said 50 Cent fucked up New York rap by just beefing with everybody. Because when you think about the shit, bro, literally his whole fucking career, he beefs with people. 2003, he beefs with fucking Ja Rule. Everybody knows the whole fucking Murder Inc. 2004, he beefs with Yuck Mouth. He beefs with a couple people from Death Row. And then here come 05. Then he makes a whole diss track called Piggy Bank, which was trash. I hated Piggy Bank. I did not like that fucking song. Now he's dissing Nas, who looked out for the nigga years prior, took him on tour. You dissing Nas, you dissing Fat Joe, and you dissing fucking Jadakiss. And you know, you lyrically, you was not fucking with Kiss. Kiss shut your ass down with Checkmate. That wasn't even a song. Kiss shut your ass down with Checkmate. The only nigga who you really kept beefing with out of that three was Joe. And when it came to the street shit, you definitely really didn't want it. Your man Tony Yayo went on here on these platforms and said the shit with Fat Joe could have got ugly because them Puerto Rican niggas was crazy. You see what Fat Joe said at the fucking 2005 VMAs award? I feel so safe out here with all these security and police courtesy of G Unit. And look, y'all can say what y'all want to say about crack, man, but about him capping, but like I said, you would have to be there when crack was in his prime. Drug crack was definitely with the shit. He was definitely outside. He was definitely on some street shit. Fat Joe has always been on some street shit. I was never the biggest fan of Fat Joe's rapping. I can say I wasn't. But one thing I will never take away from Fat Joe has always been a street dude. He's always lived by that shit. Facts. So when 50 started beefing with him and Kiss, he had to hurry up and dead that shit because it could have got ugly. It could have. 2005, that same year, you beef with one of your entourages, the Game. Now that shit came out of nowhere. I'm not even gonna hold you. Because Game was heating up from 05 all the way to summer. That 05 was possibly the Game's year. You know what I'm saying? For him to come out, sell all them records, break them records, man, coming out of Compton. First blood rapper nigga to fucking sell 5 million. First blood rapper to go gold his first week. Come on, man. Like I said, I know y'all can say what y'all want to say about Chuck, but Chuck has a nice resume, and Chuck's rookie year was undeniably one of the best. But that same year, 50 beefs with him because he chooses not to want to engage on his rap beef with Fat Joe and Jadakiss, and he stated plenty of times like Jadakiss was one of the dudes who was there at the beginning of his career, so he didn't want to beef with him. He damn sure didn't want to beef with Nas, and he damn sure didn't want to beef with Fat Joe because these is dudes that he looked up to. So I can't really get mad at that. And you got all the fucking 50 Cent dick riders and G Unit. Oh, he wasn't loyal. He wasn't loyal to his whoop-de-whoop, even though Game didn't fucking grow up with 50. Like, Game didn't even want to be with G Unit. That was just Dr. Dre helping him out. And it was a good help. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, people say that he, without Dre and 50, he wasn't going to do shit. Bullshit. The motherfucker dropped 2 platinum albums after that. One of the albums went 3 million. Doctor's Advocate. And he still made better. I feel like he made better music when he left Aftermath. So 06, he kind of calmed down a little bit. I mean, even though he was still taking shots at, Game here and there and Fat Joe, but he was starting to calm down a little bit. But now, here come 2007. Now he's back beefing. Now he's talking shit about Wayne because Wayne, at that time, Wayne was killing shit. Wayne was killing the mixtape scene. He was killing features, doing all this shit without an album. Mind you, from 2006, I want to say from 2005 all the way to 2008, Wayne was killing the mixtapes and features. Y'all forget, Wayne was doing all that, and he didn't drop Carter 3 until 2008. Think about it, from 2008 to 2005, that was what? That was a 4-year difference. So within that 4 years, Wayne was killing it. 50 was talking shit about Wayne, calling him a mixtape rapper, talking about how's he the hottest and he don't have an album. I remember when fucking MTV made him number 1 and 50 wasn't on that list, and he's like, how the fuck did Lil Wayne get number 1 and he ain't got an album out? Man, fuck MTV. That's what he said. He said, man, fuck MTV. But because, mind you, this is 06, 07, so 50 career was starting to die down a little bit. Because by the time Curtis came out, who'd he drop with? Kanye. He dropped the same day. And Kanye spanked that ass, bro. He was talking big shit. Like I'm saying, real life beefing with Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Like he was really beefing with Kanye over themselves. Because he was telling me, I'm about to whoop his ass. If he sells more than me, I'm going to retire. He was saying, man, his big brother Jay ain't got nothing for me. Like, I'm really finna outsell this nigga. Curtis sold 663 copies the first week. Kanye basically went platinum his first week, 930,000 sales. But that same year, he started beefing with Cameron. But before that, he was talking shit about Styles P. Now, I want y'all to do a history check. This was 2007. 50 was on Hot 97 with Angie Martinez. This is when 50 was now, again, this is when Jim Jones, a lot of Southern rappers was on fire because they were signed to that independent label, Koch. At that time, every rapper who was going independent was going to Koch. Fat Joe, Cameron, the Dips, like Jim Jones, like a lot of people were going to Koch Records because at that time, that was the hottest independent label. And 50 went on record saying that Koch is a graveyard for rappers. Like people go to Koch when the industry don't want to spend no money on them anymore. Which was fucking cap because a lot of these dudes just realized that they can make more money independently, especially if they're not selling millions of records. So when he said that, he triggered some rappers. Styles P, because Styles P dropped his first album on his first independent album that year on Koch, Super Gangsta Extraordinary Gentleman, which was fucking hard as fuck. But 50 was just talking shit, talking about. So Styles called up to the radio station. I remember I heard this shit on Hot New Hip Hop. This is before social media really took off. This is when they was posting audio clips, everything, either on Hot New Hip Hop or All Hip Hop. Like you was catching all that shit. Styles called up there, man. Told him like, man, we're 50. Yeah, already up there. Where you at? He told Styles that he can help his career. Styles like, you can't help my career. You can't do nothing for me. He's like, I'm still in the hood. I can still go to the hood. I may not got that much money than you, but I'm still respected. Basically, Styles is letting this nigga know, like, nigga, respect over everything. You ain't got no respect, bro. He was like, Styles was like, we can meet up and talk if you want, man. He was like, man, let's meet up in the office. Like, man, I don't meet up in offices, nigga. We can meet up in the hood, nigga. We can meet up in my hood. We can meet up in your hood. It's whatever. Styles was getting gangster on that nigga, bro. Like real life gangster. And so when the conversation ended, 50 felt some type of way talking about. Cause I remember that whole time 50 was taking shots. Like people that say I'm not hood anymore just ain't made enough money. You know what I'm saying? Which everything about Curtis is just based on money. You know what I'm saying? So but at the end of that conversation, you could really tell that 50 was hot. He was talking about, man, this nigga say I'm not hood, nigga. Also, I do all this and that shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, I'm still whoop-de-whoop. Now, another caller right after. Who calls up there? Cameron. Cameron's like, okay, so yeah, I'm hearing, I overheard you say Koch was a graveyard for rappers. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to elab on that, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Mobb Deep over there. They barely cracking 300,000 with their sales, but you got Jim Jones over here going 300,000 independently. So who's really making money, B? You know what I'm saying? Cameron was on some petty shit. So how much did the mob sell, Curtis? Come on, Merker. You over there and you're talking all that shit. Like I said, man. But again, the point I'm trying to make, beefing. Still beefing. 2008 come. Now, G-Unit got some problems. They dropped that TOS album, but Young Buck wasn't on there like that. Now he's beefing with Young Buck. 2009, him and Rick Ross shit finally started. You know what I'm saying? So Curtis 50 Cent Jackson's whole career is just based on beef, bro. Like, the shit going on with him and Jim Jones, which is crazy. The shit, the whole shit with Mano and pretty much all those dudes on that podcast. Let's rap about it. And which is a dope podcast, but it just seems like this dude just always got some negative bullshit to say. Like, bro, you are 50 years old. You got all this motherfucking money. You doing these fucking shitty ass shows but that people love. So you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but yet you're still beefing and starting drama with motherfuckers. Like, there has to be a part in time where you just gotta just shut the fuck up and do what you do best, bro. That's another reason why I came up with this segment, because now the whole shit with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder and Ja Rule incident, which I wasn't gonna speak on that. All I'm gonna say is this: it seems like the media, they sided with Ja, rightfully so. Because, like I said, if you follow Ja Rule, you know Ja Rule is not on that shit. Ja Rule, he's living his life the way he's supposed to. The only time Ja Rule gets brought up with 50 is because of 50 or Yayo. Them niggas keep their enemigos' mouths and their names in their mouths all the time. Yayo said that beef doesn't die, it just gets old. I fucking fully disagree with that. Beef can die down. It just depends on the fucking individual or the situation. Jay-Z and Nas, they squashed their shit. Beanie Sigel and Kiss, they squashed their shit, and their shit was on some real life street shit. And they cool as fuck. MCA and DJ Quik. West Coast. The West Coast politics is way different than fucking East Coast. DJ Quik and MCA was real life beefing over some hood shit, over some real life Compton hood shit. They got cool. So don't you sit there and tell me that rap beef don't die. Oh no, rap beef can die, bro. It just depends on the individuals and the people that's involved in it. And 50 Cent is one of those dudes who just don't know how to let shit go. How many times you gonna bring up, you know what I'm saying, niggas try to kill me, they try to block me, you know what I'm saying, my blessings. Nigga, you won the fucking war. You beat Ja Rule. You outsold Ja Rule. You ended up doing you ended up winning the war in some more shit. Some more shit. I get it. You got shit in there in times. I get it. But bro, you done sold 9+ million. You doing all this good shit. And you still out here beefing. Bro, you're out here beefing with your fucking son. Your son, my G. And I don't give a fuck about the politics behind that. At the end of the day, my nigga, you're still beefing with your child. So that right there is proving my point. Your whole career is based on rap beef or beef in general. I'm not even gonna speak on the shit that you had with Tiara Marie. Regardless if it was on some business shit. Like, bro, you literally bleeded that woman for a couple thousand, like shit that you could have wiped your ass with. But you purposely made it your personal business to embarrass her and put her out there like that. That's what I'm saying. Yet you have this reputation of being a bully, but I'm gonna just call it out like it is, bro. You do a lot of bitch ass nigga shit. It's just what it is. Now this whole shit with T.I., which I'm clearly signed with T.I. T.I. is the better rapper. He has more hits. He has a better resume. That's why I think this shit is where it's at, because you're scared. You are ducking that smoke, man. All you fucking 50 Cent dick riders out there saying, oh, T.I.'s beneath 50. How? How? Because 50 is writing and starring. First of all, 50's a shitty actor, so he's not starring in these movies. He may be writing some of them and all this, but I can't say that this dude. The whole shit with Marlon Wayans really had me. Okay, yeah, 50 got so many dick riders out here. Y'all telling me that 50 Cent movies is better than Marlon Wayans movies? I'm like, what fucking universe are y'all in? What 50 Cent movies are better than Marlon Wayans movies? What 50 Cent movie is better than Above the Rim? What 50 Cent movie is better than Mo Money? What 50 Cent movie is better than Don't Be a Menace to South Central? What 50 Cent movie is better than any of the scary movies? Explain that shit to me. Seriously, I need to know. That's another reason why I feel like rap beef only moves the culture if you want to be on some negative shit, bro. Like, seriously. Because at the end of the day, bro, black people, we're already divided enough, bro. We don't know how to come together. We don't know how to stick together. We gatekeep one another. So rap beef, all that shit is doing is just dividing us even more. J. Cole got crucified because he didn't want to engage into the rap beef that he never was really a part of anyway, but because he chose to take the peaceful route, he got bleeded. You got niggas out here my age, 40 plus, that was egging that shit on, like, oh man, you know, man, we need to see this and that. First of all, bro, this is how I know I'm getting older. And I know that I'm looking at the world a whole lot different because once upon a time, I was all for the bullshit. I was all for the smoke. But when you get older, bro, you want to protect your peace, my G. And that's all J. Cole was doing. Bro he didn't want no negativity out there. He just didn't want to be a part of the shit. So I feel it. Him apologizing, I'm all for it. Fuck it. There's some cats that I fell out with. I didn't apologize to them directly, but I apologize for even letting it get like that. I'm sorry that it even went there. You know, we don't have to fuck with each other, but I just feel bad that it went down like this and it shouldn't have. It could have been avoided, but one of us didn't want to swallow our pride, or one of us didn't want to communicate. Why? Because as black people, sometimes we feel like, oh, we can't swallow our pride. It's better to just not fuck. It's better to just hate you than to make and to have peace with you. Which I get in certain situations, like if somebody tries to kill you or somebody stole from you or any of that, then yeah, I'm not asking you to be the dude's friend or any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to acknowledge that situation all the time. How are you gonna move on from it if you're just still gonna address it and just stay there all the time? I'm just saying. This is why rap beef don't excite me anymore, because we lost two of the best rappers in hip hop history because of rap beef. Big and Pac. Can you imagine what hip hop could have been if they weren't beefing? We saw the relationship they had when they were cool. When Big and Pac was on stage, freestyle rapping. Can you imagine what that shit could have been like if they never would have fell out and they would have made records together? But we live in a day and age where negativity sells. Everybody wants to see some negative shit. That's why I got to give my flowers to somebody like Memphis Bleak. Memphis Bleak, one of the guys who was the counterpart of a lot of Jay-Z's beefs. But for him to be who he is, to come from where he come from, bro, is really out here. Like, his podcast is really based on positivity, bro. Like, seriously. And that's what I love about it, man. Like, that's what I'm doing with my show, man. I want my show to be on some real life positivity shit because I like what I do. I love doing this. This is therapeutic for me. This is my piece. So why would I have somebody come on my platform and I'm gonna disrespect you and be on some disrespectful shit? Why? Because I want to get views. Because I want to get numbers. No, that's not who I am. That's not how I'm doing shit, bro. That ain't how I get down. That ain't the Messiah, bro. And anybody who knows me, they know if when it comes down to it, I could really, really, really get on some petty, messy shit. But for what? What? I'm out here protecting my peace. I'm out here finna do my shit. I'm about to get married. I'm about to continue to build my business. I'm trying to move. Like, I'm really trying to continue to have this peaceful life that I'm building and still be able to do what I do. Still be able to do what I love. But the problem is we're too focused on negativity. They say, drama, they say sex sells, drama sells. I get, but no. So, does rap beef still move the culture? In my honest opinion, fuck no. It divides it. When people say that rap is supposed to be competitive, which I agree, but there's a difference between being competitive and having beef. When Cole, first of all, man, let's put this narrative out there, because a lot of y'all said that, Cole was talking about mainly Fat Joe was talking all this gangster shit, all this and that. How I'll do this to you niggas on this, and the rap and all this other shit. First of all, when it comes to being competitive, what he meant was, I don't have to dish you to prove that I'm better than you. I can get on the track with your ass and smoke your ass. That's how I can show that I'm better. That's what it means to be competitive. That's why I love New York rap back in the day, bro, because New York rappers was united. They was all hopping on like them scenarios and them symphonies when a whole bunch of East Coast rappers would be hopping on one track together. Nigga, Rough Riders was known for doing that shit. But just New York in general have a whole bunch of dope rappers getting on one track together. Killing it. That's the competitiveness of rap. We don't have to get on tracks and dish you niggas to prove that this is competitive or we gotta move the culture. No, bro. Like I said, bro, one of my favorite scenario songs in history is Niggas Done Started Something off of DMX's first album. DMX, The Locks, Mace. 5 dudes going in. And at the time, all those dudes were hot. The Locks was hot as a group. Mace was hot. Hell, they were on Bad Boy. But then you got Reservoir Dogs off Jay-Z's third album. Jay-Z, The Locks, Beanie Sigel, Sauce Money. That's the type of rap I grew up on. That's the type of competitive rap. Like, that's what it means to be competitive. When we're all jumping on tracks, it's still love, but at the same time, it's competitive because I'm about to get you on this track. Just watch. It was friendly competition. But now, rap beef has shifted that shit to where now, if a nigga say something to you on the record, oh yeah, it's going up. It's on. Now we got problems. We gotta stop that shit, bro. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of you niggas is ignorant and want us to feed off drama and feed off all that. I get it, man. That's our downfall right now. There's a lot of you niggas is just too focused on the negative part of things, man. So I hope we can get past it. But again, rap beef nowadays, bro, I'm sorry, it's trash. Trash. People beefing is just some good, bro. So this whole shit with 50 and T.I., T.I. been gassing. T.I. is always gonna gas, bro. That's the thing is about T.I. T.I. rapping he's never lost his touch. Can't say the same for Curtis. That's why he trolls. That's why he makes funny memes because he can't get his ass in the booth and get busy. But I'm gonna just end it on this note, though. If you're going to rap or have unquote rap beefs, just make sure it's make sure it's friendly, man. Make sure it doesn't involve wives getting posted, crazy sons just posting videos, moms being dug up. Oh my goodness, please, for fuck's sake. Let it be friendly competition, bro. Rap beef doesn't always have to end with personal shit happening to them. Either people getting killed. Hell, you saw the shit with Dolph and Gotti. Oh my, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole different subject. That beef involved. That beef got Dolph to lose his life. Like Youngster losing his brother. Gotti losing his brother as well. Like, bro, rap beef does not move the culture, bro. It divides us. You niggas need to realize that, man. We got other shit out here we need to worry about. We got other shit we need to focus on. Black people need to come together. This is probably the time where we need to come together the most. Some of y'all niggas ain't gonna hear me though. Some of y'all just got on that. Some of y'all are forever gonna be on that, man. Fuck these niggas type attitude forever. You don't have to have that mentality with everybody, bro. I'm just saying. So please, fuck's sake, try to protect your peace. Backing down and not wanting to engage in any type of violence or anything that could lead into violence, backing out from that shit does not make you a coward. It makes you a wise man. You value your life. You value your presence on this earth. You don't want to take it. That being said, this has been another episode of Honest Assholes. Does rap beef still move the culture? Think about that. Live streaming on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. You already know we're all over the place, baby. It's the motherfucking Messiah. Repping Honest Assholes. Let's get it.